Yo, it's Guido coming at you with a tactics talk, and this is one of my alts, old Billy Baru here. If you know the reference, you know. T-44, I think I have the T-44 unlocked, and I'm at the IS. I have a couple of the award tanks for longevity. I built this account as a free-to-play like 6 years ago and barely have touched it in a long, long time. So when I logged in, I got the G-SOR tank this Christmas. I've got the 2801, you know, the reward tanks for longevity, the tier 6 lights, essentially, the Chaffee thing, Super Chaffee, and the Super Hellcat, and the T-50-2, I think, are on there. So that's kind of helped me start moving through the campaign stuff with the light tanks. I have unlocked the M44. Oh well. So doing the Russian line, probably going to do the British light tank line, but interesting that on the free-to-play, you can still do well, fellas. All right, we're going to take the T-44, and this is a great setup. I rarely see this on my big account. I'm a tier 8, one of two. I don't remember the last time I saw a game like this. So whether the game takes into account number of games you've played or skill level or whatever and gives you some kind of matchmaking thing, I couldn't tell you. I did get the 10 free, warm-ups they call it. We talked about it on Sunday. My recommendation on that, if you have an account that's sat, I think it's a year or something like that, and you come back and you have those warm-ups, you can do 10 of those. Set up a tank that has a lot of ammo. Take all regular ammo and make sure you win, because you can actually use the ×5s on those and you'll make a bunch of credits. Now, you wouldn't want to set aside a count just to get those 10 battles, but if for some reason you come back to an account you haven't played in a long time and you have those, make sure you set yourself up for success, because you can get a bunch of experience to crank through some stuff and you can get a bunch of credits as well. I'm already done with that here. I'm playing live players, but I'm a top tier T-44. They've got an M449 and a T-34. We have an I-6B and a T-44. And honestly, except for the Galwika, does this not look like a game from years ago? This is crazy. An IS-6B myself. Galwika is relatively new, but all these other tanks are pretty old if you take a look at it. I mean, the Crocodile's new because it's a copy pasta premium from a year ago or so, but it's basically just a Churchill. Hardly any of these tanks are brand new tanks. This game could almost be played 5 years ago with the way it's set up. So we're here on Fjords. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to head to the middle. This is not a place I generally go a whole bunch, but based on this setup, I feel like with the T-44, its rate of fire, decent accuracy, that I can be pretty brutal. Ricochet. I can be pretty brutal here in the middle. What I need to not have happen is get absolutely gang tackled. So this guy's shooting. He's doing his best. We get some bounces just based on angulation and triangulation and whatnot, and we get this guy dead. Good kill, 482 damage. We're going to head up to the middle. Looks like the 1375 is the only thing that showed up so far. It would suck to get the 34-3 and maybe the M449. I do not expect both of them here, but you never know. And now the 1375 knows he's kind of in trouble. He's going to come over here. I'm going to take this opportunity to just not get a shot. Dang it. Oh, okay, there's a Burza here. All right. Pretty soonly, my guys will get up top and they'll start getting shots on those. I have to watch for things like the Achilles and whatnot over there. We're just going to just show my turret on that guy, get a bounce off the Burza. We don't want to push too much. Okay, 1375's got shots on him. I'm going to accept 2 of those to get rid of the Burza, and now I need to deal with this guy. And all of a sudden, there's a 3601. Initially, I thought it was the M4 thing. There we go. Put a shot on him. We'll watch this guy approach. And, all right, so I'm going to back out of this because I really don't want to get in a DPM fight with whatever this dude's got left and the shots this guy has. Notice that my alpha is 250, so I am 3 or 4 shots away from getting rid of this guy, and he'll get about as many. Between him and whatever shots this dude might have left, I could pretty easily get reduced to more or less nothing. So I'm going to be using a little bit more discretion, and I also know that my dudes are up top now. So this guy's in big trouble. They're going to help me out. Another shot on him. And we've got these dudes in a crossfire. Honestly, the 3601 should have just pushed me. If he'd have kept going, he probably would have done a lot better with his attempt to take me on right there. I want to get rid of him if I can. Like, can I hit him? Or I don't want to jump out and get tracked by the 1375. Notice that my kit over here still has 64 seconds, and I'm running small kits and a manual fire extinguisher on this. Trying to minimize the amount of money I'm using on the free-to-play. Come over here. All right, there, good. All right. I thought about maybe trying to get through the 1375, but that would have exposed me more to their Burza and Achilles. So we're just going to go ahead and accept that we're probably going to get shot at here a couple times. And, okay, Achilles, what are you doing, buddy? Can I sit there? Yep. Thank you very much. And now we can take out the 1375 at our leisure. He knows he's in trouble. I think he's just trying to go for it. There we go. And we take him out. 4 kills. Bit of a romple stomp going on. It's 5-0. And we got a decision point. Do I push into the Burza, or do I turn around and help our heavies back there? And I feel like turning around and taking out their strength with our strength, I'm a tier 8 at this point, is probably the best idea. So let's get around behind. Artie's starting to pay attention to that spot. The guys are pushing from the hill. They're on their own at this point. I need to go maintain our IS-6 Galwika and the 3485. I think it is, and there's even a T-150. So we've got plenty of tanks to surround these guys and give them a heck of a time over here. I don't think I've fired any gold. I might end up doing some a little bit later. I don't remember. Not really a nicely aimed shot. We'll bail out of that. I don't want to just stand there and let him shoot in my lower plate, so we'll come up here and boom, nice, right in the middle. Plenty of pen for that. Nice 248 roll on him. Ah, not well aimed. I think I actually went into the tracks a little bit there. The M6 just pushes him. That's a nice move on his part. We'll shut him down for a whole 33, and it's just romple time at this point. We've got the pincers going on. The push up in the north is a bit scattered, but they're dealing with it right now. This KV-3 has no idea that we're there. He does now. And they know they're in big old trouble at this point. We'll shoot him in the nice flat side. Easy shot. Instead of trying to pick a shot on the KV-3, which he turned his turret towards me. We'll go ahead and shut that guy down for our 6th kill. And maybe we can get one more shot on this dude. Boom. That'll put down 7. Very nice. And probably, I don't think I get another shot in here. Artillery finds me, takes 35, that's fine. We'll fix that real quick. I really wish when you hit your kits and stopped the stun, that took away the stun from the artillery. I think that would be fantastic, but I guess if I was an artillery player, I wouldn't like that very much at all. 304 is making a runner, he dies. I don't think, do I get a shot? I might get one more shot, I don't remember. There he is. No, he drowns. That's right. We have a drowner. We have a drowner. Unfortunately, Artie does take a piece of him. Another piece, but not quite enough, and he'll end up drowning because he is an Artie player, and it is what they do. 7 kills. I think it's an ace tanker. 3,473 damage. 592 assist. Heck of a romple stomp. But there you go. Free to play. Stock tank. Small kits. No food. Didn't shoot any. APCR, blah, blah, blah. I enjoyed actually playing this account. It was very relaxing, I would say. I did decently, but it was kind of fun to get back into the grind, you know, working towards the whatever the tier 9 is after the T-44 there. I think there's maybe 2 tanks off that, or maybe that's the IS. But I also played the IS quite a bit. Was using the 100mm on that. I've got I might even have an ace tanker on that that's coming up in the next week as well. Same idea. Relatively not try hard, I would say. So that's all I've got for today. In fact, check out this camo. This camo came out when I kind of started this, what is it, 2018. Yeah, that's about the time I think I started this account, maybe slightly later than that. I want to say it's 6 years old, 7 years old. So that checks out roughly for the timing. I remember when that camo came out, and that's when I kind of built this account, and there was an event, and one of the things was a camo. And when you're free to play, getting some camos built up is good, because otherwise you're trying to spend gold on it or whatever. You know, you can do I think silver as well. You can rent a camo, so it's nice to have a few camos you can chuck on. I wouldn't normally use this camo because it's kind of ugly, but it gives me what I need as far as camo goes. That's all I've got for today. You guys have a fantastic one. See ya.